Hey everyone, welcome to a special episode produced by Alpha Woman Co. I'm Anvi and I am a incoming third year student in the Bachelor of International Economics program at the University of British Columbia. I am also an intern at Alpha Woman. And here I have Monica with me. So, Monica, do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Monica. I am a second year student also in University of British Columbia. I'm currently interning in the Alpha Women Co. I'm very excited to start this video.
Yeah, for sure. It's amazing. So on the occasion of Menstruation Month here at Alpha Woman, we decided that we want to review some menstruation products and just so that we can create awareness about menstruation and periods and how it's not a shameful thing and how it happens to everyone and how we should talk more openly about it, just like we talk about all other products. Monica, what are we talking about today?
I will be reviewing the Center-in compact pad by Sofy. I'm currently in Japan, so I was able to get this product, and I'll just be reviewing the scents, the senses, and the appearances, and so on.
Today I have sanitary pads by a company called Ruth. It's a company owned by Nicole Sanchez. I think she did an interview with Alpha Woman 2 for the podcast. So if you haven't checked that out, please check that out. I was interested in this product because I heard that it's a sustainable product and the pads are very biodegradable. So I think that interested me because I've always been like a champion for sustainability and environment conscious behavior. I think because of that, I was really interested in trying them out and just recording my experience with it.
Yeah, that's cool. I have the Center-in, just as I said, but this product, I was interested in this one because in Japan, it's quite common to get scented products. I actually went to some drugstores nearby my house, and 70%, 80% of the products there are scented. So that's really interesting because I think in more Western countries or so on, you don't really get that much scented period pads or menstruation pads. So this just sort of intrigued my interest, and so I decided that I want to review this one. So yeah,
I think that's true. Like, I don't think I've ever heard of scented products both during my stay in India and in Canada. So I think this is going to be interesting. I think it's worth mentioning that there are so many different products all over the world that, like, it's very different in different places. Like, for example, we've never heard of scented sanitary products, but I think I have never heard of like sustainable sanitary products in India. Back there, it was just like always a hush-hush topic, never really talked about. And I think we had to like hide that we were menstruating, which is something that I think is not right. We should talk about it in the open. So I think it does differ from place to place. That is definitely worth mentioning and something that we should address for future generations.
and it's interesting because we have sort of like a common space where scented pads, like that's kind of also a reason, like there's a reason behind it, and it's probably a lot to do with the whole hush hush, don't let anybody know that you're menstruating sort of idea.
Yeah, so let's dive right into it.
Okay, so first impressions for the packaging, I think it's quite artistic. There's a lot of like drawings, floral drawings, and I think actually Japan is quite famously known for packaging, and sort of like because of their rich history of centering around consumerism and consumer convenience. I think especially like already before I even open it, I can see that there's like a dotted line saying like, oh, you can open it from here, like just an easy tear. Also, another thing is that I haven't opened the packaging, but I can smell it from a mile away. It's so strong. I think
My goodness.
Yeah, I can smell it already. So Yeah, that's my first impressions. What about you, Anvi?
Packaging. The box, it tears from here, and I think it opens both ways. So I think the packaging is like really pretty and creative. So there's a scan me code, and I tried it, and I think it gives you instructions for how to use it and how to dispose it off after you've used it. So I think that was an interesting read and something I've never really seen on period products. So yeah, it says Ruth, which is the name of the brand, and the byline is Root for you, Ruth for you. And that's nice. It's a good play on poetry.
The point is quite different between me and you. Well, your product and my product, because my one is mostly about like fashion or like fashionable or outer appearance, because it even says here like in Japanese, I don't know if you can see it, but it's like small enough to fit in your pouch, and it's like you can be fashionable while you handle it. Whereas for you, it's centered around more of like the sustainability idea, the eco-friendliness.
I think that also depends on the culture, because I think in like the Western world, at least US and Canada, from what I've observed since I've come here, it's always like people are always trying to make sustainable choices because of like protecting the environment and things like that. So I think it is very commendable that they have like started to create period products that are sustainable too. But I do know that on the eastern side of the world, especially like in India, I don't know about Japan, but if you could tell me a little more about it, like how is the culture around menstruation? Like what do people think? Because from what I am gathering from the packaging, like they're trying to market it as like something that won't be seen, something that can be hidden well.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that?
I think in Japan, it's not talked about often, and it's sort of like also a hush-hush topic. But also the way that like I'm seeing this, because it's like it's all pretty and it's in pink and the font is all cute and nice. Like they're trying to market to women, but like is it something that the women want? Like, yeah, I think women want the marketing aspect of it, like women are sort of attracted to this kind of packaging, but it's like, oh, but why are women wanting scented pads when like, is it something that they're almost embarrassed about? And maybe that's sort of like the way society is rooted, the way we even see our own like menstruation, which is like our own bodies, our own natural processes. Like we feel sort of like it's controlled by somebody from the outer perspective rather than by us ourselves. And I think that's sort of like reflected into like products as well. It's just not really talked about, and it's more of like a hidden thing. Maybe that's why there's like a size like this, because like it says it can be in your pouch, and you don't have to like it's not showing, and every time you go to the bathroom, like nobody's going to feel like you're on your period, almost something like embarrassing.
How about we start unboxing our products and talk about what we think? Okay. I'm excited.
Oh my gosh, it's so small. My one is so tiny.
Oh my goodness. Oh my god. It is really small.
Yeah.
Mine are pretty big. Okay, so it seems like here we have different napkins for day and night. Look at this. These are the days. Ruth Day. The sticker here kind of says Ruth Day.
It's labeled and everything.
Yeah, and then this is Ruth Night. I love the color.
Oh, then that's really easy to distinguish.
Yeah, so I think the color is different. And there's seed paper. So they wrote like a small note. I do know that this is kind of like a startup, so I think that's why they have like personalized notes. It's really pretty. Like I think seed paper is like you plant this paper and you water it, so then that will help in germination. just planting the paper. It's really interesting. Like, I don't know if I can show you this. It's like, yeah. It just opens up in all 4 directions, and you have like night and day paths. It's really cool. I like it.
Yeah, and it follows the sustainability theme, even in the small little bits and pieces of like the letter and stuff too.
Yeah. It says, real change, enduring change happens one step at a time. Ruth Bader Ginsburg. I think this is the person after whom she named the company Ruth.
Oh.
It's really interesting. Apparently, Ruth pads take only 1 year to biodegrade, while traditional pads take around 800 years.
Oh, wow.
I didn't know that. That's new information. Oh, and here you have like a thing that talks about like, you know, how to biodegrade it, how to use it, and how to dispose it. This is pretty interesting. Oh, and then here you have like, this tells you why Ruth pads are better.
Oh.
I think the main reason is it is biodegradable. It's made of bamboo fiber. That is why it's biodegradable.
Right.
And instead of plastic. Because usual pads are like made of plastic. So that's why it takes like 800 years.
Yeah.
What do you have there?
Oh yeah, okay. So my one is sort of like this. It opens up at the top, so it's really easy to, it's going back to the idea of like consumer convenience. It's like you could just take it out from the top quite easily. And like I said, it's so tiny. It's like,
oh my goodness.
It's like smaller than my
like if you do a comparison.
Oh yeah, okay.
Oh my goodness.
And you could just put it in your pocket.
It's tiny.
Yeah.
How long does one last though? What do you think?
Well, it says here, this is for heavy flow, but during the day. To like a normal flow. It's got wings and it's 21.5 centimeters. Does yours say how big your pad is?
No. It just says 8 day pads and 4 night pads.
Oh, there's 22 in this one packaging, so I'm assuming this is for like, I don't know, it depends on how much you would use, but it says on the top here that there is a nighttime version of it, which is 36.5 centimeters. So it's a little bit bigger.
Okay. The day one seems smaller than the night ones. A little smaller.
There's not too much in here about sort of consumer comfort, like whether it's breathable or if the material is manufactured or in a way that's like not too uncomfortable when you sit or move around or do sports. There's not a lot about that.
I think here they have prioritized that. That's why they've put it like it's rash and irritation free and it's breathable. I think those are the main things that people here look for. So that could explain the difference in marketing strategies.
Even the fact that it's small, like it could be easy to carry, but it also could be like, it could mean like, oh, it's easier to hide, it's easier to take out. Yeah, and also something that like caught my attention is that this doesn't have any of those like the seams that make the noise when you open it up.
Oh.
Let's see if I'll see if it makes any like noise when I open it, because like, you know, that's like a thing. There's another context behind it, but yeah, there's no like seam to open it.
Huh.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's like pretty much almost like undetectable to. Yeah. So I think that
also is there an adhesive paper on both sides
like that? That this is sort of how it looks like when you open it up.
Yeah, we have seams here. So, and then the sticker. Oh, I'm totally in love with this sticker. It's so pretty.
Yeah.
these like don't make much noise either, to be
Mhm.
very honest with you.
I feel like this might be another sort of marketing tactic because, you know, like a lot of young people going to
Yeah.
school, there's a lot of conversation around like girls being almost embarrassed to go to the bathroom and then opening their pad in the stall because you can hear the sound, and so that's
Yeah.
the way that people know like, oh, she's on her period. So yeah, like this like you can almost never really hear it.
So do you think that the marketing is targeted towards younger girls or younger menstruators?
So far, yes. And yeah, and you can even see here, like, I'm not sure if you can tell, but there's a little pocket here where the scent is coming from, and I'm pretty sure it's just a little square here, but it's like, yeah. So I think that's sort of like the scented pocket there.
So now that we've seen both the products, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, so I think the big thing about this product especially is the scent. Like, I can smell this, and like as soon as I touch it, I can smell it on my hand as well. So I'm assuming this is sort of like the big thing of this product that they're focusing on. If you like do a little bit of research, or if you search it up on the internet, like the first things that they say is that scented products can be like, it's quite correlated to UTI or risk of infection, risk of getting your pH balance a little bit different. So like yeah, and I think there's not a lot of conversation about how periods or menstruation cycles or your vaginal discharge, all of that is like a natural cleansing process. So you don't need to put any additional things or additional smells or any soap to clean it because it's natural. And rather, if you like, there's an article about it from Medical News Today, and I just saw this earlier today, and they said intimate care products can heighten the risk of infection. And there's a little section where it says vaginal cleaners or cleansers have a strong correlation with 3.5 times higher bacterial infection and 2.5 times higher risk of UTIs. So it's almost counterproductive to do something to your like vaginal area, I think, or yeah, you're like to have scented products like these. Yeah, even though, like you said, like periods don't smell. You don't smell somebody's period. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, it's a myth. And I think because of that myth, like, you know, people are taking advantage of that and marketing products that can potentially be harmful to the body. So, yeah, I think if we educate people more about how it's not true, these marketing strategies won't work anymore, and people will understand how, like, you know, it's not required.
And it sort of becomes a question of like, well, if these like products or scented products or so on, if these things have negative effects on our bodies, then sort of, is this really marketed for women, like the need for women, or is it more of like marketed towards like driven by social factors, how menstruation is seen by others, or and that sort of affects how women see themselves and see their periods almost as embarrassing, something that needs to be hidden.
I think in the East, like, we have collectivist, the societies are more collectivist, you know, like what will people take, stuff like that. So that might be one of the reasons why we can even say that like products are marketed not only for women, but for the people around the person.
Definitely.
Right?
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, I think over here in Canada, at least, if, you know, people prioritize their own comfort first.
Mm-hmm.
And I think if people like make this a very normal phenomenon, then, you know, you won't have to think about what everyone says.
Yeah.
Then you won't have to put like scent on products. You won't have to have it be like noiseless.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think for the Ruth pads, I did try them before, and they were like comfortable, just as normal. It was rash free. I do have sensitive skin, so I think the way they have marketed it, it's all true. Like, it was irritation free. I didn't feel any irritation, and I don't think there's any risk of infection because it's not scented.
Mhm.
So yeah, I think the sustainability factor is great, but it's also the quality, because the night pads are bigger than the day pads, and I think I could feel that. I could feel like the difference between both of them, and the difference from traditional pads. So yeah, I think I do have a heavy flow on like the first 3 days of my menstrual cycle. So I think I was very happy with the quality of these products, because with traditional sanitary napkins, I usually like I have to change it more frequently because of the heavy flow. But I think these were made to like take that. So I think I was very happy with the quality, and if I'm doing something that's going to help the environment, if it's sustainable and it is a better quality product, why wouldn't I buy it, right?
Definitely.
So yeah, I think it's a good purchase. I would definitely buy it again.
Okay, yeah. In terms of whether I would use this personally and buy it for my period every month, I would have to say no. Just because I feel like you said, our periods don't smell. It shouldn't be something that is like normalized. That I feel like we definitely need to be giving more education, or it should be more educated that it's not something dirty and embarrassing. It's a normal process of the body, and so in fact it could even cause to give you harm or give you infection or so on, or like skin irritation, I think especially, is a big thing with pads, especially even with like a normal pad. For me at least, I'm quite sensitive, so something like comfortable is more of what I'm focused on. And so with something like this, I feel like this is not going to like suit anyone that well. I would choose comfort over I don't know, like social pressure of somebody knowing that I have my period.
I think that's great. That's definitely one step in the right direction. I personally would not use it either. So because the risks are too much, the costs outweigh the benefits a lot,
Yeah.
So I don't think I would use it. Yes, well, thank you for joining us. Please let us know what you think and any of your experiences with certain products that you would want to share with us. And yeah, hope to see you soon.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.